We got 3 objectives today. To begin with the Hamlet Historic Schoolhouse, the Hamlet Cemetery, which is a pioneer cemetery and an abandoned one. It's gonna be really awesome. Somebody's old camper show. Who dumps a camper show out here? Let me know. 350, perfect condition. And then a flat screen frickin' TV. What you're looking at is the historic Hamlet Schoolhouse, which kind of seems a little sketchy. It says there's cameras recording. There's nothing that says no trespassing, but I don't want to stick around because it looks a little too new to walk around and take pictures. So we'll keep going, which I think this is county owned because adjacent to it, because keep in mind, we're in a super rural place right now in Oregon. So that's a fire truck, that's the firehouse for the Hamlet town, which it's mostly a historic town now, although they have some residents, I believe, living out that way, but that's it. So that's the schoolhouse and the one truck they have. I don't think they have any police or paramedics or anything of that kind. It's mostly volunteers. And then coming to the left of us, this is where the cemetery is gonna be, which I must admit, driving a manual transmission while filming is no easy task. So the directions I'm going on is at the Hamlet Cemetery. There's an old bridge down there, and it's 300 miles past the bridge. This might be it, because this is a trail. I already went up there and took a left on that road searching for it. Keep in mind, this is a abandoned cemetery, so it's super unmaintained, and there's absolutely no signage or anything. So it's just, if you find it, you find it. If you don't, you don't. I think this is it. But I gotta tell you something that happened in a second when I leave this place, when I took that left turn. I don't know, it was super weird. So yeah, this is the cemetery. I'm keeping Lee in the vehicle for a reason right now. Not trying to freak you guys out or anything, but something odd happened. So we'll just look around and then get going. No, it's so old. This place is so old. Don't got any indication of where the grave was. Super eerie woods though, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, the Hamlet Historic Cemetery. This is the most abandoned one, the most abandoned pioneer cemetery I think I've ever seen. Incredibly old. Let's see the dates on this. 1910 to 1911. Oh wow. Just look how the moss grows on the tombstone too. Just all that moss. This moss grows everywhere in Oregon. It's just so infectious. 1840 to 1922. And then, all right, got the vehicle there. Yeah, some others on this side. All these dead branches and these humongous trees around us, it really adds to this is a legit, this is what you imagine when you think of an abandoned cemetery. This is a legit one. I love it though. Such a nice vibe. Super old gravestones. 1867 to 1900, 1862 to 1938. I assume that's 1900, it just says 19. That's the last one for that. Some others I've seen on this side. Yeah, so you could even see there's a fence. Fences off this whole place. I'm not going to look at this whole cemetery. Cross over there. I'm not going all that way to the other side of the cemetery. One last fenced in area, which I think all these fences, this was like a family cemetery, so each fence represented a family portion. Got a couple stones on that. And that should be it. That's it for the cemetery. It was 50-50. Actually, we got this path too. It was 50-50 if we were gonna find this today. Luckily we did. (1867, 1927). It is eerily quiet out. Not much sound at all in Oregon. I feel like I'm being watched right now. You ever get that feeling where it seems like someone's watching you? I've had that through this, like the moment I went up this road, I had this odd feeling. And I'll talk about that in a second. The cemetery we just checked out is in this woods, and I found this place, not the cemetery itself, but this mountain range on freecampsites.net. And that's how I found a lot of my campgrounds, on that and the iOverland app. And I was reading reviews of it, and people are saying, oh, you get an eerie vibe. Or the newest review was, I got such a creepy vibe here that I didn't spend the night. I ended up leaving after an hour. And all these people are saying that. And I didn't think much of it. In fact, I camped, when you go down this road, there's another paved road that goes out. And that's where I camped. And I felt, you know, I've never had creepy vibes. I've gone to tons of abandoned mines. Horton Mine, that's one that's surprisingly doing pretty well in views, and people are beginning to mention. And all these haunted places, supposedly haunted places, I've always gotten good vibes. I've never experienced the paranormal before. I've never experienced anything that's out of the ordinary until today. And I'm not saying this to like add dramaticness to the video or anything. This is just something that happened today, and I just think it's odd. So you can see how this road forks. There's one way that way, and then there's a road that goes this way. I was going up this way. I started going up the hill. It's a super steep road, so I was in second gear, and I got this like fuzzy feeling, you know, from like my spine and like my heart area, like and it just went throughout my body, and it was like a fuzzy light anxiety. That's the best way to describe it. Kind of like pins and needles. And then I was like, what is that? Like, what is going on? Then all of a sudden, just out of my mind, stop. I got a feeling, stop. And I stopped the vehicle. And I turned around and drove back here. And that's the weirdest thing. Like, I wish I could describe what it was like, but I just got this horrible feeling, like this extremely negative feeling of like you're in danger, like you gotta turn around, you can't keep going that way, don't go that way. And I turned around, and we ended up finding a cemetery here, because I went up this way to search for the cemetery. Out of all these paranormal places I've gone to, and just stuff like that in general, like you already know, I camp out in the woods and stuff. People are always like, isn't it scary? No, I'm not afraid of anything, you know? And today, I guess that's like my first experience. Like, it's just weird, man. And people are saying that stuff online too, was that they got weird, creepy vibes from this place. Like, I'll show you the reviews right now that are saying that. Taking off 1 star because this place creeps me out. Probably, yeah, so, and I feel like someone is watching us. And someone else says that's the same vibe I got. There's a couple others like that too. There's a lot of reviews, so I'm not sure which one it was, but someone else said the same thing about it. And that's just such, I don't know. I feel like I've been to all these places, and I kind of got cocky about, you know what? Nothing's gonna freaking freak me out, but apparently I could go to some abandoned mine alone in all these crazy places, but some road in the Oregon woods, I just get a feeling I shouldn't go there. It's like, yeah, I'll go in an abandoned mine. I feel great about that. But some woods in Oregon, I don't know about that one.